experience.
You test it out.
Yeah. It's like they'll send people here and then once they're in trial a lot, they just move them. They're sending him to intake.
So you're the training ground. Like, if you can handle Judge Boyd, you can handle
Yeah.
Vashawn, was that a yes to what Manny said? He said, if you can handle Judge Boyd, you can handle anything. Oh. Manny, sometimes you should be here because sometimes people don't know that I've done CPS cases.
Oh, yeah.
And they come and they want to say, oh, my caseworker said this. I'm like, oh, let's zoom them in. So it's interesting.
You're like, I know exactly how this works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those were the days. How's everything been going?
Good, good. Things are good.
Are you and your wife getting ready to travel?
We just came back from Switzerland.
Oh my gosh, how was Switzerland?
Oh, I think it's my favorite country. I've been there many times.
Okay, I've never been.
I highly recommend.
So what should I do there?
So
Go like they do on HGTV and say, I want 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, and I want to live in the city center and I want to pay $1,500.
well, I would say no, because Switzerland is real expensive. That
Oh,
would
yes.
cost a lot. But it depends what you like, because it's got everything. It's got the mountains and the Alps, and then it's got the lakes. I had never spent a lot of time in the lakes
Mhm.
region, which is south on the Italian border,
Mhm.
which is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
couldn't be more beautiful. And since it's on the Italian border, it's Italian. And so all the food is top notch, and because I prefer Italian food to like German food.
Mhm.
It was wonderful. And then we rented we were flying out of Zurich, so we went to Zurich a little early. And we had a private driver to drive us around kind of
Mhm.
off the beaten path. And we got to pet like those dairy cows with bells and everything.
Oh, wow.
And it was just.
Did you
couldn't
take
be
a
more
photo so I
beautiful.
can
Oh,
see?
my wife has
Okay,
hundreds of photos. I
you
need
have to
start
send me the
sending-
photo. Yes.
I'm sending them to me and send them to you so you can see. It's just, the photos can't even do it justice because you're looking at it, the landscape, and it's so beautiful. It looks fake.
Yeah, I
It's like you're on a
Wow.
movie set or
See,
something.
it was the same way with the coos. I guess I'm pronouncing that right instead of cows, coos in Scotland.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like they went to a stylist. Their hair is so beautiful. You're just like,
Yeah, yeah, it's like that. And I just.
but did you get a chance to milk a dairy cow?
No, I didn't go that far.
Like-
Maybe next time. We did go to one of the farms that sold their cheese products and yogurt products. And of course, it ain't shelf stable. It's perfectly fresh and it was delicious.
Oh,
beyond. I was like, so this is what yogurt's supposed to taste like.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And did you do chocolate?
Oh, yeah. We went to a Swiss, like a premier chocolate maker, and they have a building. It looked like we were walking into Louis Vuitton or something. It was so spectacular, their building. And they got all the chocolates and you can have croissants and coffee, and it was just.
Oh, wow. Are their croissants better than Paris croissants?
There they were, I thought, because they have the real chocolate. I got a chocolate croissant, that's my favorite. And the croissant quality was good, because I think Swiss water's good, because you're looking at the streams and the lakes, and since it's that ice water, it's like, it's got that light blue hue to it, and it's perfectly clear, like you can see to the bottom of everything.
Oh, wow.
And I think the water helps, because it tastes good.
Wait a minute. Have you had a chocolate croissant in
I would
Paris?
say previously, that was by far my favorite, but this was competitive with that.
Well, did you have hot chocolate there? Is it better than Paris?
It's a similar quality.
But it's not better.
That's a close one. That's,
You know what?
if you would have asked me before I went on this trip, which was better, I would always say
Mhm.
Paris, France. But this was good.
You know what? We need to do a taste test, a blind taste test with you and see what you pick.
I'm in for that.
Me too. All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, please stand and let me know you're here. Craig Ray. Craig Charles Ray. Thank you. Daniel Ramirez, custody. Sergio Barrera. Johnny Ruiz. Chaz Reed, custody. Byron A, I think that's age or AG. Ashley Hewitt. Huot, Ashley Hewitt, custody. I didn't see the custody part. Alfonso Sosa, custody. Tyler James Ashbaugh. Tyler James Ashbaugh. Rick Contreras, custody. Jesus Trevino, custody. Joaquin Mendez. Joseph Grosso. Arturo Villanueva. That, I think we already gave that a different date. Could you pull the file on Arturo Villanueva, please? Riot Aguilar. All right, you need to be off the front row. Ruben Cerna, custody. David Coyote Vargas. Jason Montez. Jesus Trevino, custody. Brenda Carpenter. Roland Miller. Christian Chavez. Christian Dunbar is by Zoom. Daniel Guerrero. Rodney Dwayne Brown Jr.
I did not see him this morning. I'm trying to reach my.
All right, thank you. Sarah Elizabeth Rodriguez.
Council President Judge, I'll reach out to my client.
Arnold Garza, custody. Michael Kilgore, custody. Angela Lee Redwine. Nalani Desmith. Jordan Robbins.
You're on.
Carly Green. Joseph Kruger, custody. Arturo Flores III. Nathaniel Isaiah Vasquez. Jeremiah Watson, custody. Is there anyone who's present and your name was not called? All right, we'll start over here. What's your name?
Ariante de la Cruz.
I'm sorry, what?
Ariante de la Cruz. A-N-T-E. Last name D space L-A space C-R-E.
All right, do you have a case number or SID number?
Yes, ma'am. It's
Okay.
EC 202. 3CR 75.
All right, have you had any contact with your attorney?
Been trying to. It's been,
All right, who's your attorney?
Richard Barger.
All right, just have a seat. We'll make sure that we get in touch with her. And could y'all make sure that file is full?
I think I did pull it, but I didn't make that.
All right.
Ariana, yeah, I have it on.
All right, thank you. All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. Criminal Trial Division is there, their files are there. Family violence is there, their files are there. Today is going to be Zach's last day because he has too much trial experience. They're moving him to intake. So,
No, Judge.
I
won't go.
say nice, be nice, be kind to him. Wish him luck in intake and that he will enjoy it. I always say, room where you are planted. So we're gonna miss you, Zach.
Absolutely. Thank you, Judge. I'll miss you too.
All right. Aw. Okay, docket is canceled. All right, so attorneys, if you have a client who's in custody, let the deputy know. The deputy will bring your client out. Once you requested your client, please do not leave the courtroom, because if you do, you're being a little selfish, because the deputies, for security reason, can only have so many inmates in the box. Court reporter is to my left. If we are on the record, you'll know, because I will have called the style of the case. Do not talk behind her when we're on the record. If you're talking to your client in the box, just wave your hand. The deputy will see it and they will move you to the other end. If your client wishes to speak to us in a language other than English, we'll need an interpreter. Just ask the clerk or coordinator to have the interpreter come down. Once you requested the interpreter, please do not leave the courtroom, because we have a limited number of interpreters and they're going to only be here for 5 or so minutes. The other thing, it is Friday's Eve and we have a couple of things that are happening. Attorneys, as you know Jimmy Allison, he's retiring. So they're having something for him, I think on the civil side. They say, they want attorneys to line up to usher him out. I'm like, really? That's what we're doing? We're gonna usher him out? But you all know Jimmy Allison. He has been with, I think, the San Antonio Bar Association for a very long time. So that is going to be at, let me tell everyone. That's gonna be at 3:30. So that's his retirement. It's on the civil side. Then one of the interpreters, Norma Nero, is retiring. That's gonna be at 4:30 and it's gonna be at the Gavel. So if you want to say parting words to her, you can. She's saying goodbye to us in different languages. So that is what's happening with that. So everyone, it's Friday Eve. We're not retired, but guess what? Tomorrow's Friday, so we got to be happy about that. Please be kind to each other and smile. It'll make everybody's day so much better. So everyone, please confer.
I gave you a new copy of the new document. It was rebound. There was like 2 or 3 cases that were added. And I emailed it yesterday.
Okay.
Good morning.
I do apologize.
Okay. No problem.
I believe in it. Right, Charles? Yeah, we'll print that for you. There's that. It's annoying. Did it feel fun to talk to them? It's hard to understand. Because they degree.
For violations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Depending on what type.
I was actually.
No. David, waiting artist? Oh, sorry, we're just.
I'm not just from this.
Yeah.
They're getting it ready. But I've been here, I don't wanna.
I've seen it.
Okay, but the other night.
Exactly. Oh, no, you're fine. There you go. Double check what level of offer.
Yeah. It was over here.
And Phyllis, Bill, I don't call your client's name, but he's on the docket, Jeremiah Watson.
Yeah.
Nalani Dead Smith. All right, thank you.
I'm sorry, did you call me up? They're gonna be-
Oh, no, you're good. Jordan Robbins. All right, thank you. Oh, just have a seat.
This one, I would. What?
All right, Daniel, were you the one who was on Carly Green? All right, can I see the file on Carly Green, please?
Your personnel.
That's right.
Okay, well.
Hi, were you able to get in touch with the complainant? Oh, can you find out if he?
After we're done.
Well, that was Andrew Judge.
All right, thank you. Okay, sure. All right.
Yeah. Or before. I'll scroll right right after she's coming. Oh, I know. Yes. Right. Since COVID. What about, well, I'm sorry. We have the guy, the girl that I showed you the text, I always sit on my face, blah, blah, blah. Talk to her, okay, talk to her. Didn't ask about those mechanisms, you were gonna reach out to her again or something. Yep. I'm sure he's coming up here and see.
Either Thursday or this one, I think it's either a third or a second.
Well, maybe the teacher was
With the-
the answer.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm trying to figure out what's underlying.
That's okay. I'd rather try to get some. He's done, so have that going on.
Yeah, so with the hand.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think anything.
All right, Ashley Hewitt.
I just need to approach for a second, Your
Yes.
Honor. I need permission to go to Judge Perales. They need me for an expulsion hearing on a CPS matter. I've already spoken to her and they're getting the paperwork ready, so we're not ready to proceed at this
Okay.
very second.
All right.
I'm second in line, so it's gonna take.
All
I
right.
should be back.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
I agree.
Fred Ray. All right, thank you. Tyler Ashbaugh. Can I see the file on Tyler Ashbaugh, please?
Yes.
Joaquin Mendez. Yeah, I think we've done this. Yeah. Ashbaugh norm is set for September 12th. It shouldn't be on the docket. Let me see. He's on page 2.
Came in on Monday, I think. All right.
Oh, that's okay.
Reset to 9:12.
Yes,
Forgot Thompson.
that's okay.
Okay, so it looks like it's the same thing, so back.
From that email who it went out.
But after a speech, right?
So.
It showed.
It's
showing right
really.
now, but it showed. That's what it is. So it shows.
Well, they're gonna get it together, but I have to explain to my client.
Okay, well, just, you're ready.
No, I mean, before I can even have him start the paperwork. I just- Yeah, so I can tell him what the stuff is. So,
All right, Mr. Floyd, who is your client? You're on mute.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Good morning.
Good morning. Who's your client?
Mr. Jordan Robbins.
All right, Jordan Robbins. Come forward. Could I see the file on Jordan Robbins, please?
Always to the front. Front of the mic. Thank you.
Mr. Beck.
I don't know who it is. I don't know.
77. Thank you.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 11724, State of Texas versus Jordan Luke Robbins. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Kelly Jackson.
for the defense?
John Floyd for Mr. Robbins.
All right, any objection to defense counsel being by Zoom?
No, you're not.
And are you Mr. Robbins?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, defense has filed a motion for continuance. Defense? You may
Yes, Your
proceed.
Honor. Yes, Your Honor. We joined this case in early June. We've made our way through the discovery, and during that time, we realized that there had not been a independent investigation from previous counsel, and so we have engaged an investigator who's been working on catching up, who's also gone through all the discovery and is out interviewing witnesses and kind of advancing our investigation. In addition to that, I think more pressing is that we have a trial scheduled The same day as this one is scheduled in Bell County. It's a sex assault of a child case that is from June of 2019. It's number one up on the docket. And the court has instructed us it intends to go on that case. And so we're asking for a continuance to set this case for a date that we can be available and we can have our investigation completed.
Okay, so let me just give you a little history with this case.
Yes, Judge.
On February 3rd, 2023, there was a discovery for electronic devices. And then it was reset for March 7th, 2023. There were more discovery issues. Then it was reset for April 25th, 2023, for more discovery issues. Then it's reset for May 25th, 2023, and that had to do with discovery issues, therapist records, a SANE video, and the cell phone dump. Then it was reset for July 13th, 2023. There are different discovery items that had been provided. Then it was recalled for August 15th. There was a motion to release the medical records. And then it was set for jury trial on September 18th, 2023. Then it was recalled on September 20th, 2023 for the state to tender an offer for your client who wasn't your client at that time. He had retained other counsel to appear by Zoom. Then it was reset for September 25th for a ruling on the medical records. Then it was reset for December 11th, 2023 for more discovery. Then it was recalled back on January 30th, 2024 to make sure everybody had their discovery. And then it was recalled for February 20th, 2024. An offer was due, and that was going to be the last date for discovery. And then all of the discovery was stated to the court on February 20th that it was received. It had been uploaded. And there was a plea deadline date of March 11th, 2024. And then it was reset for April 9th, 2024. Then it was recalled for jury trial on June 4th, 2024. There was a reset given to defense counsel because the defense said they had a witness that was out of state. And so a motion for continuance was granted. And then after that is reset for September 9th, 2024. This case has been going on since 2023. I always tell people when they are retained on cases, they need to realize where this case has been. Motion for continuance is denied. You're going to be an impact on September 9th. So you all need to be here.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Norma, I know he's already had a reset form. Could you just give him another one to make sure there are no miscommunications? All right, thank you.
Excuse you, Your Honor.
Is there anything else? Nope.
Okay. There you go.
Will that be here now? So. Is that what you're gonna be doing? You're gonna be working on it? Back to the boss.
Sir, what are you doing? Why are you taking photos? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry?
They took one that they filed a state because he didn't, I think, talk to them.
Thank you, Deputy Laura.
Because he didn't talk to the.
Thank you, Norma Ferguson.
It might not be.
Just to put the judge on that one.
Every. There is. There's one.
Mr. Bettis. Wherever you want to help her. Here's your copy.
I just wanted to show you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, no worries. Anything I can do to not cause more issues.
Yeah.
Let's talk to me.
Mr. Bettis. It's right there as well. You can talk to him. No, the one, the other side. There you go. Mr. Robbins? Come on up. Yeah. Flower kits, right where it's attended, right here, right here. Right where it's attended. You gotta go to the second floor next Monday, or the following Monday, two Mondays.
Second floor.
Second floor. Be ready, dressed for.
Yes, ma'am, I'll be there.
All right.
Awesome.
And thank you, Mr. Robbins. You always dress appropriately for court. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just say you didn't get notification.
I will be there, man. Don't worry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. Of course. No, that I do. All right.
One judge.
Morning.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Who's here? I'm Sarah Elizabeth Rodriguez. The attorney for Sarah Elizabeth Rodriguez.
Judge, he's outside.
All right, just give us a moment. Nathaniel Vasquez.
President Trump.
All right, Mr. Vasquez, if you'll come forward. Hello, how are you doing?
Yes.
It's a lovely day, Judge.
Yes. All right, we have a violation report. Your client missed a setting, well, an appointment with pretrial services.
Yes, Your Honor. I tried to contact him.
Everyone, will you all please whisper? But if you're not going to whisper, bring that same level of tone when you're before the bench so I can hear you. Yes.
I finally was, the numbers that we had, that the pretrial had was his mother's telephone number. She works, I was able to call early enough yesterday that I finally got a hold of her. Apparently, Mr. Vasquez was not staying at the home. Are you staying somewhere else?
No, you sir.
Yes. So I don't know if she didn't understand who the numbers were. He's been reporting to his bonds person. Nobody ever told him, Your Honor, I would ask that he be allowed to go now that he understands he has to go to pretrial and his bond people.
How old are you?
I'm 21 now.
All right, so you're 21. Under the eyes of the law, you're an adult. You need to be responsible for one, your own case as far as showing up. Just, I don't know why. And when I was a defense attorney too, people would say, well, my bondsman never told me. Well, your bondsman will not be going to jail if you don't show up. Do you understand?
Yes.
So with this pretrial services, you need to be in contact with them. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, just have a seat. Ms. Ferguson, can you have his pretrial services officer zoom in? We're going to have his officer zoom in so they can have all of your contact information. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so just have a seat.
May I be excused, Your Honor? I have a,
Yes.
thank you. You don't need me for that.
You know what? I can send him a Zoom link.
We have a remix. Probation is gonna add number 2 on it. Leaving true that today rather than resending it for contested hearing.
Are you ready to approach them? They haven't done the.
No, you're gonna have to wait.
Rodriguez is filed as a reservation.
Thank you, Your Honor. Apologize for this,
No problem.
for the issue. Thank you.
But he's gonna, but he's got.
Well. No worries.
And I can. She's on hold.
Yeah.
Talk to her every-
Yeah.
He doesn't have. a-
Yeah.
No contact. I didn't tell you. So what do we do with this link?
Jabbar, I'm sorry, Chaz Jabbar Reed.
Translators here and parole credits.
Good morning, Mr. Reed. All right, so where are we on discovery?
So I need to double check. I don't think we have one of the underlying
Cases?
cases that we
Okay.
need to search.
Indeed. Well, and then also, there may be a record that I'm looking for where he signs.
Yes.
And
I'm double checking some discovery for.
All right, how long are y'all asking for discovery?
2 weeks.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 2-week reset on Chaz Reed, please?
how you doing today, Judge?
Oh, I'm doing okay. It's Friday Eve. How can you not be
I
happy?
feel like it's Friday.
Today, he's very excited.
Yeah. What time? All right, so we'll be back on September 12th.
Okay.
All right, is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Reed, do you have any questions?
I was gonna see if I can do anything like apply for a PR bond or something. I got I was out there.
Oh, what I can tell you is number one, you'll have to have a motion set for that. If you want counsel, I can have him interviewed for a PR bond.
It's already been three months. I haven't paid my child support or anything. My ex-wife is asking my mom for money now.
Judge,
I
perhaps you
usually
can have him interviewed today and
Well, I don't know if it's going to be today, but I'll
Oh,
put
okay.
in the order to request that he be interviewed today.
all right.
So I'll have you interviewed for a PR bond. Counsel, once that's completed, we can bring him back.
Okay.
If it may be completed sooner than the 12th. Okay,
All right.
all right.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Judge, was that for discovery or what was that?
Discovery. And Norma, I need to have him interviewed for a PR bond.
September 12th.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. That's weird.
That's fine.
Good morning. Do you have any of those sticky notes? Can I borrow one?
Oh, it's not a trial.
Yeah.
Are you borrowing it or are you keeping it?
I'm gonna give it back when I'm done, Judge. Thank you. This is on that Marco Moreno Vasquez that we talked about the other day.
Ah,
Drop off.
Yeah.
all right, is the interpreter here on Wilfredo Salinas? All right.
Good morning, Your Honor. Carlos Ramirez for defense.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 2397, State of Texas versus Wilfredo Salgado Salinas. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Danny was for the state of Texas.
for the defense?
Carlos Ramirez for defense, Your Honor.
All right, and are you Mr. Salgado? Is it Salgado Salinas?
Salgado Salinas. Salgado Salinas.
All right. And is that you? Are you Salgado Salinas?
Wilfredo Salinas Salgado. Wilfredo Salinas Salgado.
All right, and we have an interpreter present. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, and if you'll state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, license number 2203.
All right. All right, so you're filing a motion to withdraw?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Why?
So our client is dissatisfied with the services he received. He's already discontinued payment of the retainer. He's seeking to terminate our services to seek out a new attorney, Your Honor.
All right. So here's the court's issue with your motion to withdraw. How long have you been on this case?
Attorney of record was Anthony Wilson, Your Honor. I can't say exactly how many hearings he's had as the attorney of record.
Ms. Ferguson, when were they the attorney of record? Okay.
Seems like it was on March 15th of 2024.
All right, so we're going to start with what has been happening since you've been the attorney since March of 2024.
I was not the attorney of record, Your Honor.
Who was the attorney record?
Anthony O'Neill Wilson.
All right,
And he was the one that was hired, but he's with his law firm. Am I correct?
That's correct. He's in the same law firm. so-
all right, so we're doing word salad here, but that's okay. Let me divide this salad up. So April 1st, 2024, it was recalled for April 11th for a plea deadline date, and that was supposed to be the final plea deadline date. On April 11th, the plea deadline date was extended to April 15th because the defense counsel stated they were in Travis County. Even though Travis County starts with a T and not a B, that's where they were. April 15th, it was recalled to April 16th because defense attorney was no-show. April 16th, it was recalled to April 22nd, 2024 because the defense attorney was a no-show. On April 22nd, it was recalled for April 23rd for trial by Judge Angelini. Then on April 23rd, it was recalled again for April 24th by Judge Angelini for a jury trial. Then on July 9th, it was recalled for July 10th for jury trial. Then on July 15th, it was set for jury trial, September 9th, 2024 for impact court. Then on August 5th, it was set for a motion to withdraw by counsel and defense attorney was a no-show. Motion to withdraw is denied. Y'all need to be in impact for jury trial on September 9th. And they'll bring you over dressed for trial. They'll bring you over dressed in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be attired in something different, then you'll need to make arrangements for with your attorney to do a clothing exchange. If there is an issue with the clothing exchange, let the court know, and the court will see if I can help you with that, expedited. All right, thank you.
And you know, if I may, as Anthony O'Neill Wilson is the attorney of record, no one other than him has access to discovery. He's poorly handled this case. There is no record of him actually ever downloading discovery. It's not in the client's file. Since we are going to be held onto this case, I do ask that it be expedited to put me as attorney of record so I get access to discovery as soon as possible, as early as today.
Right, and my understanding is that your firm, he was with your firm, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, just make sure that his name is there, but I will tell you, since your firm is listed as the firm, your firm should have access to the discovery. But if you're saying your firm doesn't, which I find that hard to believe since the previous attorney was a member of your firm, we will make sure that that happens. But a motion for continuance will not be granted because your firm is saying it does not have discovery when your firm should have discovery because you have a firm. The attorneys work underneath the umbrella of that firm and all that discovery should be there. All right, thank you. Is there anything else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good seeing you.
For you to manually put me on straight record.
Thank you. So you were retained on January 3rd, your firm was?
I need to respond. I need your.
By what number is 2-4?
All right, can I see Nathaniel Vasquez? If you'll come forward, please. Hello, Officer Mendez. Thank you so much for zooming in right away. You're on mute.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. So I have Nathaniel Vasquez here. I received the violation report from your office. He said he didn't have the proper contact numbers down. Is he able to report to you all today?
Yes, so he actually called me this morning and checked in with me via phone. So he has been checked in and he's currently back in compliance. The issue was the number that he had on file was his mother's phone number. And so every time that we would try to reach him, we were making contact with her, but we weren't able to make contact with him. And we would be told that he would make contact with us at later in the day whenever he would get home, but then we would never end up hearing from him.
So you have all of the appropriate numbers for him now?
Yes, as of this morning, he provided me with the 210.
Just 1 second. You don't need to say the number. So,
okay, sorry.
But you've given her your proper number?
The one I called from this morning.
And that's the number where they can always reach you?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you need to make sure you're there because otherwise they're gonna send to the court another violation report, and we're gonna be having a different conversation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if there's an issue where you feel like you can't get in touch with them, I'm sure they'll provide an email for you to email them as well. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, does he need to see you today or no?
No, he's good. He's checked in today.
All right. All right, good luck
Yes,
to you.
ma'am. You have a
All
wonderful
right,
day.
you two, just one second. Let me finish talking to you. All right, thank you, Officer Mendez.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
All right, you too. All right, so here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't wear that T-shirt to court, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you have another T-shirt, a black T-shirt would be fine. If you have a T-shirt with a collar, that would be fine. For dressing appropriately for court, I realize that not everybody has a three-piece suit with a tie that they can pull out. So all I ask is if you're coming to court, you can wear jeans if you want to. Just make sure they're not the fashionable jeans where people have the holes in them.
Definitely make sure.
And then you can just wear a t-shirt. If you want to wear a T-shirt, they used to call them polos for me back in the day with a collar. That's absolutely fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You
Have
have
a
a
good
wonderful
one.
day.
You too.
I have a one that's been on. Yes, violation. How much time? Case number's 2015. Yeah, 2015 CR 9. It's an MTR. So.
610.
Okay.
That's only county priority. That is not what we do.
Okay, so and he does have treatment time too, so that would not.
With those dates included, and I think the company responds like
No, I
that.
have him here.
Yes, the only have come back.
Okay, for you. Okay, so it would be plus this 600.
Not necessarily, yes, but I have to go to the.
Gotcha. See if it's already been taken account of.
It's gonna take me a minute to do.
So 600 now.
110, but that doesn't include.
Good morning. Coach Judge David Marcus. How are you doing this morning? No.
It's on the docket. It's a plea deadline.
All right. Arturo Villanueva. Okay, that one's not ready. Are y'all ready on Carly Green? Johnny Ruiz Jr. Who's the attorney on Johnny Ruiz Jr.? I think it's criminal trial division, collision involving death. Yes. All right, so I know there are probably still some outstanding discovery. Can someone tell me what's maybe outstanding? Do you have all of the medical? Do you have the autopsy?
I do, Judge.
All right, is there anything that's outstanding?
Not that I'm aware of at this time.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. This is a first setting case. I'm gonna set it in 30 days for you to make sure that you have all of the discovery. And then on that day, if you have all the discovery, I'm gonna want an acknowledgement of discovery.
Understood.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 30-day reset on Johnny Ruiz. State you're excused.
September 30th.
All right, we're gonna come back on September 30th. All right, Mr. Ruiz, when you come back to court, no t-shirts, you understand?
Yes, I saw the last one. I do apologize. I'm nervous and I just wanted to feel comfortable.
Oh, no problem. Here's the thing, unless somebody tells you what you don't know it, right? And so I always tell people, it doesn't have to be a three-piece suit, right? Because I don't have a three-piece suit hanging in the closet, although I would like one, but I don't have one hanging in the closet. So,
Understandable.
all right, so once you sign the reset form, you're excused. So what's gonna happen, we're gonna come back on September 30th.
Mhm.
On that date, your attorney is gonna let me know if he has all of the discovery. If he doesn't, hypothetically, let's say he's missing a medical report. He'll let me know he's missing a medical report. Then we'll give a reset date for him to make sure he has that, and the state turns it over. I want to make sure that he has all of the discovery so we can proceed.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions about the process or anything? All right, just take a seat. They're going to give you a reset form, and once you sign it, you're excused, and make sure you put your email if you have one on the reset form, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, how's it going?
It's just for notification. No, just take my thumb. I'm not, oh my God, what do you know? It's just for them. How's it going? Anything? We're looking at the great.
Everybody will vote for the left hand stand. I got 500 emails later.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
And we're gonna have to set this for. Tested. I'm trying to find. We're gonna have to set for contested, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
David Vargas.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, how's it going?
Great, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. You know, Zach is leaving us.
You're leaving.
That's my last name.
Where are you going?
Going to intake.
I thought you meant leaving.
I'll wait to the front, sir.
Courtroom. This is it, huh? Full on.
All right, so we're back here. Today is the plea deadline date. It was previously reset so that the impact of any type of plea can be addressed by you.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is happening today?
Mr. Vargas is gonna opt to go ahead and set up a trial.
All right, state, how long do you expect this trial to last?
More than 3 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Can I have Vargas set for a jury trial? They say it's 3 days. It's family violence. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plead open to the court. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and thank you so much. You always dress appropriately for court. I appreciate that.
October 14th, Judge, and it's gonna be an impact.
All right, it's gonna be October 14th, and it will be an impact court. All right, and can you all make sure that an acknowledgement of discovery has been signed and completed?
Absolutely, Judge. I'll double check right now.
We'll do it
All
this
right.
morning.
All right,
if it hasn't
thank
been done
you.
already.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you,
Just
Judge.
remain in the courtroom till you sign the reset form.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Have a good holiday.
All right, you too.
Girls riot.
Yeah.
Riot or?
Right, right.
Glad I go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's under.
Yeah.
Deputy Laura, what page is Vargas on?
Page 3 in the bottom.
Thank you. No, I have a different docket now. Ah, there we go. Thank you.
It's okay, I get her emails a lot, just watching 6 months.
Nathaniel Navy?
Ruben Serna. And to think, you almost were going to leave this case. See, attorneys do work hard, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I still remember you maybe not wanting to speak to your attorney.
We got off on the bad foot.
Well, I mean, you got off on the back.
I did, yes.
Yes. All right, so the state has filed a motion to dismiss for further investigation. What that means is maybe it's gonna come back, maybe not. I don't know. You understand? Defense, you have no objections to the court signing the dismissal?
No, you're not.
All right, you know what happened to cause you to be in this situation? Whatever happened, don't let it happen again. Because
ma'am.
this case, 5 to 99 years your life, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, here you go, counsel.
Maybe excuse, Judge.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Salinas?
All right, Deputy Laura Serna is done. Yeah. And he yes. I didn't want to talk to him.
No, yeah. I like it. Cool. Yeah, absolutely. You do that. You drop it off and what it wants for you. And from there, it's your place. Because then I can create a receipt. Give me the flash.
Nalani Desmith.
That's right.
All right, who is the prosecutor on this? And have you all read the violation report?
I didn't know which one it went to on.
Oh, there are two. It's family violence.
Give me a second. I can.
Sure. All right, everyone, just have a seat and we'll bring you back. It's a family violence and also criminal trial division, sort of. And this is the second violation report. Sarah Rodriguez, Sarah Elizabeth Rodriguez. All right, why were you late? I'm sorry, I cannot hear you.
There was a lot of traffic.
All right, you need to make sure you're on time. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Can you step up to the mic?
All right, so we're here today for a contested hearing.
Yes, Your Honor, we need to set this for a contested hearing.
Oh, it is set today for a contested hearing.
Okay, Judge.
Okay, all
Okay.
right, thanks.
For what time, Judge?
Oh, now, whenever you all are ready to proceed. All right, just have a seat.
Thank you, Judge.
And when you're all ready to proceed, let me know.
Yes, sir.
Riot Aguilar. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Why are you late for court?
I wasn't late, man. I was here on time.
I'm sorry,
I was
what?
here on time.
Oh, I think you were. Just one second. No, you were on time. Somebody else wasn't here at 9, but
Me?
that's okay. All right, so, yeah, it's you. Me? Who, me? All right. So what are we here for today? Because it's been set.
To get a trial setting.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, this is a 2-day trial. As previously announced, it's criminal trial division. And can you all make sure that you've done a discovery acknowledgement?
Yes, sure.
I think we already have, but I won't leave till we make sure.
Oh, you know what? You're correct. It was done on April 23rd. If y'all can make sure that there's been no further uploads since that time.
Judge, I'm just hitting all aces for you.
You're just hitting them. Yeah.
But
Okay. And your client is dressed appropriately for court. It's like a stellar day.
I'm winning.
November 11th, Judge.
All right, we're going to come back on November 11th for your jury trial. All right.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, once I'm asking him, I know you don't have any questions.
Judge, November 12th.
November 12th. All right, so do you have any questions? All right, we'll bring you back then. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good one, guys. It is Friday Eve. I love Friday Eves. All right, I'm going to send you all to breakout room number 1. So if you'll go there, please. Hello.
Good morning, Your Honor. Going to coach judge to have us resets.
Which week?
This is for Christian Charles.
Joaquin Mendez.
Present on him, Judge. We actually
You don't need this one.
have a conference setting in federal court tomorrow.
Okay.
So hopefully, we'll have
So a
some,
competency setting?
no, just a conference, like a status conference.
Okay.
So, we're off the record, right?
Just one moment.
have some resolutions soon.
All right.
Okay.
Ms. Ferguson, on Mendez, can you give me a date and, do you think early October? If you can give me a date, early October, he's in federal custody.
And I do have an offer here. So
Okay.
once we're good there, we should be able to get it done here.
Okay.
Early October, I can do October 10th.
All right, we'll be back on October 10th. But other than that, Lorraine, how?
That's fine. Yeah.
Criminal Trial Division on Joaquin Mendez. That's coming back on October 10th. Everyone just give me a moment. I need to
Yes, ma'am.
put something in the system. Well, we're gonna be with Odyssey until the zombie apocalypse happens, so we're gonna have to deal with it.
Maybe I don't make it go faster.
Right.
Do we really want the zombie apocalypse? So many people are so unprepared.
I'm ready.
They haven't watched any Bruce, Deputy Laura, they haven't watched any Bruce Campbell movies.
Oh, good reference, Judge. Yes. I love me some Bruce Campbell.
Oh, yeah. Did you see The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.?
Yeah.
That was that was an awesome series, right? I hate they took it off.
I don't, it was only ran like, I think 2 or 3 seasons.
Yes, it was awesome.
I met that actor, Tony Todd, who played,
Oh, yeah.
he is a giant man, really nice, but
Yes.
very, like his voice is very intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
I think that gentleman is about 6'5".
Yes, I think he may have passed though.
Did he? Oh, no.
So did the guy who played Bly.
Yeah, he's still alive, yeah. that's
Are
right.
we, are we sure?
Played Devo, who's died.
Yeah, Debo died. I know that. Yeah.
And the guy who played Bly, which was one of my mom's favorite characters, he passed.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's, you know, you wait long enough, everything that you know and love.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Tony Todd, he's a giant.
Didn't realize that he played Rain.
Yes, you all want me to approach?
Want to reapproach on, Sarah Rodriguez does.
All right, could the parties approach on Sarah Rodriguez?
Yes, Your Honor. That's really good.
And I'm assuming since the state has filed a motion to withdraw, the allegations in this MTR will not be brought up again?
That is not necessarily correct.
Then why are we doing a motion to witdraw?
We don't have a witnesses to present.
All right, so what I will tell everybody, and if I'm wrong in my thoughts on this, please let me know that I am wrong on my thoughts. I have no problem with people saying, I just don't think it's fair for motions to withdraw to be submitted or motions for or motions to be to dismiss to be submitted because we're not ready.
Judge, if there's any way that we can talk offline.
All right, who's here on Christian Chavez? Good morning.
Oh, you want him up here, Judge?
Yes. All right. So on this case, the last time we were here, there was a thumb drive that needed to be given, so the medical records could be turned over. Has that been done?
I do not have a thumb drive, Your Honor.
We have the file, and I think that was one of the so if he doesn't have that, but however, we have some other discovery. that
Okay.
He just brought to my attention today, Judge, so that can be, we can definitely get that done on the next one. There's all the body cams are here, we don't have to co-ban, we have one co-ban. There seems to be, I think it's best mark, but 18 different co-cans.
Okay.
But then, and we also have, let's see, security videos from possibly a Valero that we don't know if it's collector or not, because I can't detect them. So we're gonna be reaching out and we would resolve that by the next session.
Okay, how much time do y'all need, you think?
I would request 30 days on this one, Greg, because it's just for the fact of how much voting and then also.
Oh, I was gonna give you guys 45 days, but if it's 30, okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson on Chavez, could I have a 45-day reset for discovery? Thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Judge.
So I just want to make sure that your attorney has all of the discovery, okay?
Yes.
October 14th. All right, we'll be back on October 14th for our discovery. Is there anything else?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
All right, just have a seat. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
Thank you,
All right,
Judge.
you're welcome. Yes, Christian Chavez.
Go down.
And I have a consent. For the video conference. And that's all I have.
It's told me submitted everything because what happened? I can't.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't have any.
It don't let me, I can't see what he's seeing.
Oh, you need to do the share screen thing.
But when I try to do it, it said the host has disabled it. We can't.
And I never disable. If you go back in, I'll come out of the breakout room and I'll see what I can do to get you to share screen.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Sorry.
Mr. Dunbar, your attorney's gonna come back in and I am going to see about sharing screen. Oh, just step back. Step back. We don't need to see your ear. Okay, let me see what I can do here. All right, I'm gonna put you in breakout room number 2, Mr. Cox. You should be able to share your screen now.
All right, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. We're gonna do a plea on Ashley Hewitt. Are there any applications?
Yes, Your Honor, it's in there. Hopefully, it hasn't gotten lost.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
Ms. Abrams, this is an application. Court is calling 2024 CR 008114, State of Texas versus Ashley Alexandra Hewitt. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, hand you on.
Defense.
Jose Rocha from Ms. Hewitt.
And are you Ms. Hewitt?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor,
Did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Hewitt, did you review the document entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it? Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Ms. Hewitt, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places? All right, so you're gonna need to speak up because I can't hear you.
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility
Yes, ma'am.
and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hewitt, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Why the heavy sigh?
Oh, just because, just to breathe.
Okay. Are you a US citizen? Yeah. I'm like-
Yes, ma'am.
All right, court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, there's a $600 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. This is the run concurrent with 733-622, and there's to be a drug court evaluation. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Is that the plea?
It is right.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and no contact with Darlene Oliver. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Exhibit number 1 with all this attached.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
When's the last time you were employed?
Last year.
All right, so last year. So what have you been doing with yourself? How have you been supporting yourself?
I get SSI.
Why you're receiving SSI?
Through my PTSD and schizophrenia.
If you were released, who would you be living with?
Just myself over across the street, over at Haven.
Where?
Across the street at Haven.
Do you have any children?
I do, but they don't reside with me.
What are their ages?
24, 18, 15, 16, and 15.
And who do they live with?
My mother-in-law.
Your mother-in-law? All right, how often have you been using drugs?
How often?
Yes.
Periodically, every other day.
And is it only the methamphetamine?
Mhm.
When did you start?
Back when I was 21.
Is there a reason you started? Do you know?
Just to cope. I was in a really abusive relationship.
Do you have any support system? All right, and Miss Oliver, who is she to you?
She's my mother.
Okay. So it says here that you were yelling, saying that she owed you money. Why did you think she owed you
She
money?
didn't owe me money. I wasn't yelling at her.
I'm sorry, what?
I wasn't yelling at her. She didn't owe me money. I was telling her I was having a bad day because she told me to pick up the keys to the car. She was giving me her car. And she said to go ahead and go by over there to pick up the keys. And I was telling her about my bad day because I had lost a big old tote bag of like hygiene and stuff like that. And I guess like something clicked in her head or snapped or something because she has her own mental issues. And that's when she called her.
Okay. All right, we're on the record. All right, so this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. There's a $600 fine that will be probated. This is going to run concurrent with County Court Cause number 733622. There's to be no contact with Miss Oliver. If she wishes to have contact with you, then she can come in and let the court know. Otherwise, you can't go over there. So if she calls you and asks you to come over, you're not allowed to. So you're not allowed to contact her or go to that address. You understand?
I understand.
There's going to be proof of SSI or employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. There's to be 120 hours of community service restitution.
Then that's what the adjudication, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And in what I'm telling you, if you don't understand it, just stop me and let me know, okay? And probation is going to go over conditions with you as well. If you don't understand something, let them know, okay? There's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Then at probation's discretion.
And that one time for 3 months, where is that at?
It's going to be wherever you're staying.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to want in custody the following evaluations. There's going to be a MIC evaluation, felony drug court, and TAP. Felony drug court will be able, if they accept you in their program, they'll be able to help you with any type of mental health issues you have. They'll be able to help you with housing and everything. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And then if not accepted into felony drug court, then it's going to be lifetime recovery.
Okay.
Probation, is there anything else?
And how long is that drug court?
Just 1 second. All right. The felony drug court program is a minimum of 2 years. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Did you review the trial courts? All right, everyone, y'all are not reading that sign, and I know the staff is not helping you with that, but that sign says, do not approach while we're on the record, because I'm getting all this chatter over here, and when I have chatter over here, I can't 100% focus here. I'm at 98% instead of 100.
He wasn't talking to me, Judge. We were talking to Judge Law.
All right, so other people,
I'm just saying.
here's the thing.
Sorry, Judge. I
Everyone.
apologize.
Attorneys, stop approaching when we're on the record. Thank you. I don't know why Norma calling you out. She's done the same thing. I could name the other attorneys who've approached and the staff just chatting away. But all right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Everybody wants you to be successful. They think you can be successful. That's why they offered you deferred. That's why your attorney gave the offer to you, and that's why I'm accepting the offer. But in order to be successful in this court, you must communicate with probation. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you have an issue and you feel as though probation is not addressing it, you can always come back to court.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna go back on the record briefly. Bashan,
Yes, Judge.
instead of her doing the 120 hours community service hours, I'm gonna ask that you do sober support meetings. It's gonna be 120 and 120 days. In this court, I believe that community service hours, when you're helping yourself, you're helping the community. So instead of doing those community service hours, I want you to get into AA or NA meetings. You understand? All right. Thank you. All right, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
counsel.
Just have a seat now where you were at.
Everybody who wants to approach and talk to Norma now, do it.
I don't want to talk to you, Judge. I want to talk to the clerk or to Laura.
I'll talk to you.
I don't want to talk to them.
I was just gonna ask for that.
I wouldn't either.
See if you get called for the.
We'll be ready to proceed on the law needs. Oh, I didn't, you'd already been up here. I didn't know I had to go
Okay,
back
yeah,
over there.
let them know.
Apologize.
Oh, no problem.
I thought it was still up on your. And on that one, we may need to.
Ready to do
Hmm?
a coach on Sarah, I guess,
Is
for
that-
him to.
I assume it's being broadcast on
She does.
YouTube right now.
Yeah, just let Ms. Ferguson know when y'all are ready.
Okay, man.
Thank you.
Ready on Sarah Rodriguez.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna issue it.
Oh, you know, did you go there?
That's what I
Oh,
went
here
to
you go.
ask.
There's only one left. You can have the last one.
Judge, do you have to submit?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, we don't have that.
I just need to work my.
Yes, I'll take it up when I
Okay.
call it. So.
All right, no, I just wanted to.
Oh,
make
not
sure.
you, Mr. Cox.
Okay.
Everyone else is like, I'm ready, and they want to do this stare down. It's like, I'm gonna call y'all when I get to it. So I'm going as quickly as possible.
Now that.
No.
We can talk. You need to talk to me.
Didn't even know the paperwork would do. I can go with it.
Well, okay, I just told you that I just heard. I have a sort of appeal. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Defendants consent to do this video conference. Applications. For the first.
That's time.
And then the sort of appeal, but that's all I've got for the print.
Okay,
That's all I have so far.
okay, then you get, I think we did the skips. From the, okay. Stop talking. Could we submit it? I will make sure. Cut it off. Okay, so hopefully.
Just give me a moment.
I don't know, I just know. Looking for. Something for all of the.
Rodriguez.
Stand right here and let you speak loudly enough.
Hello. So you all have submitted a motion to withdraw?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and what conditions are you all asking to be added? Yes,
We're gonna ask for 90 sober support meetings in 90 days. DWI education. A TAP evaluation, follow the recommendations. Portable alcohol monitoring. And monthly UAs.
Yeah, we're in agreement.
are you all in agreement with that?
We are in agreement, Judge.
All right, we're going to go on the record. Court is calling 2022 CR 10123, State of Texas versus Sarah Elizabeth Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Andrew Harrison.
for the defense?
John St. Heinrich for Miss Rodriguez.
And are you Miss Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's my understanding that the state is filing a motion to withdraw. The allegation in the motion that's related to this motion to withdraw, it's the court's understanding, if I'm incorrect, let me know, that that allegation will not be represented in another motion. Is that correct?
It is my understanding, Judge. However, my colleague from the state may answer.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So then in exchange, this is an agreement, and the agreement is to alter and amend your conditions of probation to 90 sober support meetings in 90 days, the DWI education course, a TAP evaluation that will be done out of custody, follow the TAP recommendations, the portable alcohol monitoring device, and monthly UAs. Do you understand that to be your agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then the court will sign the motion to withdraw and we can go off the record. Probation is going to go over the new conditions with you. If there's an issue, you need to let them know. You're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Good luck to you. You're welcome.
Your Honor, I appreciate you. May we be excused?
Yes, but she'll need to talk to probation.
Yes.
Council,
Sorry.
council. I need your, bar number, because I don't think I have you.
Do you need the motion to withdraw?
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All I have is student.
Yes.
Rodney Brown?
Yes, ma'am. I apologize.
Just want to give an update on Rodney Brown.
I'm still.
Okay, just ask them to pull your file and then I'll call it.
Okay.
Got anything else on the?
I was gonna update the good on Rodney Brown.
All right, who's here on DeSmith? All right, did you confer with the state?
Yes, I have. And maybe step out into the hall.
Okay, just a moment. All right, I have the plea paperwork on Dunbar. Who's here on Watson? No applications, counsel? Court is calling 2024 CR 008808, State of Texas versus Jeremiah Levon Watson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Phyllis Beal.
And are you Mr. Watson?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes,
Did you review it with your client?
yes,
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Watson, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it? I'm sorry, did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
yes,
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
he has,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Watson, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 100 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yeah, Your Honor, the only thing I would like to say on behalf of him is that while he has been in jail for little, like, I think 103 days, he has completed all of these certificates, and he has also been attending sober meeting classes.
So, do you have a child?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old are you?
I'm 24.
And how old is your child?
He's 7 months. I got locked up when he was 6 days old. I've been dealing with the court for 7 months.
Well, I'm glad that you are taking advantage of the courses they have to offer at the jail. All right. Is Child Protective Services involved?
They came to the court, the jail, but I don't know now because I've been in jail.
Okay, do you know who your CPS attorney is?
No, ma'am.
All right, so if they have a legal case, you need to know who your CPS attorney is. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you need to remain in contact with them.
Yes, ma'am.
So you only have one child?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else, counsel?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 100 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Court will show that the judgment is satisfied. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're gonna go off the record. Here's the thing. You brought a baby into this world. You've got to be the type of person that your child would be proud to say, that's my dad.
Yes, ma'am.
You started off badly because now you have a felony conviction, but it's not too late for you to turn things around. So you need to start working on yourself. All right? And take parenting classes again, because one thing I know about babies is you have to have patience. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you got to give them an environment where they feel comfortable telling you their feelings and where they can grow.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about anything?
Am I getting out today?
You have other cases that are misdemeanor cases. So I don't know what's happening on your misdemeanor cases. So you'll need to address that with them.
Yes, ma'am.
But what I can tell you, if you have any issues with finding parenting classes, if you feel as though you're going to use drugs again, even though you're no longer out of this court, if that's happening and the misdemeanor court is not able to address that with you, you can always come back to me. I will pick up the phone, call somebody to put you in the right path, because the last thing we need is another baby who is not having a good relationship with their father, because they may end up before me. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Thank you, Miss Bell. Bill, always good seeing you.
Good to see you.
Have you been snorkeling of late?
I actually was in Costa Rica recently
Ah,
on the
okay.
Pacific side.
I haven't been to Costa Rica yet.
It's very fun. The mountains are very high.
Mhm.
Pretty nice.
All right, awesome. Alfonso Sosa, are you all ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Court is calling 2015 CR 9437, State of Texas versus Alfonso Sosa. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Zach Dunn for the state.
Defense?
Nathaniel Navy for Mr. Sosa.
And are you Mr. Sosa?
Yes,
All right, did you review the motion to revoke with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
Are you the same Alfonso Sosa who was placed on community supervision in 2015 CR 9437 for the offense of assault family second offense on May 21st, 2019 for a term of 6 years? Is that you?
that's me.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 5. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Alfonso Sosa, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer in person or through virtual means for the months of August 2020 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
Your Honor, the state will waive and abandon the others.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, all right, we need to go back on the record. I'm sorry, we're still on the record, but we need to go over this again. Because this says motion to revoke, but I'm looking at the judgment and it shows that you're on deferred adjudication. So, yes.
And I just have something to add to that, Judge.
he had a motion to enter an adjudication of guilt in 2019.
Mhm.
The state and I were a little bit confused on that as well, because then the judgment said that he was sentenced to 6 years. There's a little tiny box on there that said sentence suspended and
Yes.
probated for 6 years. So I thought it was incorrect as well at first, but then I went through the court's file and I saw that. So I think it is correct. He was just, he was found guilty in 2019, and now he's back on a motion to revoke the probation.
All right, thank you. So did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 6 years in prison? Did you understand?
Yes,
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is a proposed agreement, Your Honor,
Yes.
for 2 years TDC.
All right. So what has he done on probation? Has he done anything?
So there was in the beginning, hold on, flipping back, Judge. I think there was a completion of safety. And that was back in 2020. And then there was a CAP completed back in 19. And then, as of course, the court knows, this MTR actually originates, even though the state waived and abandoned the other conditions, all 3 of them are over 4 years old, those violations, the August 2020. So that is the knowledge that the state has with respect to a court summary of what this individual has done.
Defense?
Yes, Judge, I'd like to provide a little bit of context and hopefully some mitigating circumstances for the court to consider. Mr. Sosa is homeless. He was ordered to complete the SafeP program. From my understanding, he was transferred to Austin, and that's where he completed it. He did the aftercare program there. He was released, and he asked, I don't know who he asked, if it was somebody with the program or somebody with probation, about getting back to San Antonio. He was told that, everybody has to organize that on their own. And so, because he was wondering about a bus ticket or something like that, he's homeless, completely indigent. And he actually, I believe, remained in Austin from when he was released all the way until when he was picked up, because I think he was arrested there and actually extradited here from Austin. So when he was released, he just remained in Austin. So due to those hardships, he kind of remained there, Judge. It wasn't a situation where all he had to do was, go somewhere and he had access to it.
All right, because this is Judge Harl's writing probation.
Yes, Judge.
So is this true that if you're transferred to SafeP in Austin, they do not provide transportation back once you've completed it?
Judge, that's something I'd have to look into. If you give me just like 2 minutes, I can find out.
Sure. All right, so if you all will step back.
Okay, Judge.
Thanks.
Lawrence told me yesterday, he saw a motion for
Say it
investigation.
No, I'm not.
All right, are you all ready on Carly Green? And Norma, those files need to be placed up here, because otherwise I don't know them. All right, so what is happening with Green?
So
Come forward, Ms. Green.
so we were here, I think, on Monday or Tuesday. We got recalled to today because the state was trying to reach their witness. I believe they did, well, I don't want to speak for them, but they reached the witness. I know she's opposed to it, but I'll let them speak to that.
All right. All right, we're going to go on the record in 2023 CR 10223, State of Texas versus Carly Green. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Adam LaHood for the defendant.
And are you Ms. Green?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is a continuation of a previous hearing, and it's in regards to the motion to modify bond conditions. Defense is asking for GPS to be removed.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, State, you're going to speak to the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor, and we did. The complainant indicated to us that she opposes removal of GPS, that she still fears the complainant. Additionally, our complainant is available to testify as soon as the court wants.
All right. So here's the issue. The issue is, I don't know anything about this case other than she's charged with aggravated kidnapping. So I'm assuming the aggravated kidnapping is the complainant that you've spoken to? All right. So does anyone want to give me what they think? Well, let me strike that. So it's aggravated. There are different ways that it can be aggravated. So what's alleged to have made this aggravated?
They're alleging the presence of a firearm in the indictment.
All right. And allegedly, what is her relationship to the complainant, if there is one?
Acquaintance at best, friend kind of at a mutual get together.
Okay, so here,
Best phrase, Your Honor, would be social acquaintance.
There you go.
so here's the court's other question. She's on tracking, correct?
Yes, Judge, she's allowed to go to the grocery store, but otherwise she's, are you working? Yeah.
So here's the question then. Would there be an issue if she's just on tracking, period?
No.
No, not
Oh,
from you.
sorry.
I know
You're
you,
okay.
you don't. State, do you have any issue with her just being on tracking? Because then the complainant will know where she is. At least the state will know where she is.
I have not asked the complainant this question, Your Honor. I don't know if anyone from staff has asked her, so I don't know the answer to that question.
But would parties agree, doesn't tracking take care of whether or not she's had contact with the complainant? If you all want to put in the court's order, I'm going to do tracking only. The last hearing we had, she's been on GPS for a long time now. I will do tracking only. State, if you have a location area that you do not want her to be in, if you all can agree on what that location is, then I can include that as an exclusion zone.
Perfect.
All right, so I am going to deny removal.
Okay.
It will be tracking only with an exclusion zone. So if you all will write in here, the exclusion zone for the court.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else?
Nothing from the defense.
Okay.
Thank you.
So if you'll write that in here,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bashan, are you ready on Sosa?
Yes, Judge.
All right, we're back on the record in 2015 CR 9437 Alfonso Sosa. Ms. Abrams, what did you discover?
So Judge, typically it would be the responsibility for the defendant to find his way home after the Austin Transitional Center releases them. However, we try to work, they have the ability to work to get the funds. They work closely with them to get the funds to be transferred back. Back in 2020, the staff that we have currently was not managing that unit. So things have changed. Just so that we're fully aware, what happens now is they work hand in hand with nonprofit organizations to get the funds to get the defendants back to where they came from.
Okay.
So at that time, that may or may not have happened. We don't have record of that. But to answer the court's question, it is the responsibility of the defendant once they are released from the transitional center to go back to where they reside.
Okay. All right, thank you. Mr. Sosa, are you asking the court to follow this agreement that's been reached?
Yes,
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
yes.
All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court is finding violation of condition number 5 true. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, 2 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served, and I'll give you credit for time in inpatient treatment that was successfully completed.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it?
yes,
And did you sign it?
yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence and also a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, do you have any questions about anything? All right, we can go off the record. I'm sorry that at that time they were doing things where they place you in a completely different location and expect someone who's homeless or who's recently released from inpatient treatment, which you have no money because you're in inpatient treatment, for them to expect you to make it back here on your own. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. Good luck.
All right.
And he should have enough credit to eat up that time.
Just go over it with them, with the clerks.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, could I see Jason Garahan and Mr. Bonk?
Good, thank you. You're fine. I couldn't remember if we told you or not. Thanks. There we go.
I know, right?
You're able to put it up. No, I was just asking. I just wanted to clarify. I know you're busy. Just wanted to make sure.
I'm here. Hi. Oh, let me know when you need a break or something, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I have about 3 6.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. You still here? Do it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, who is here on Barrera? Is this the one with the interpreter?
Yes.
Okay. And there's an application, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Court is calling 2024 CR 007382, State of Texas versus Sergio Cantu Barrera. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
And Mayor Sadler.
Defense,
John Pettis for defense.
are you Mr. Barrera?
See,
Yes.
All right, we have an interpreter present. If you could raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from Spanish to English and English to Spanish, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, if you'll state your name for the record.
Cesar Chavez, license number 2203.
All right, Mr. Barrera, all of the documents I'm reviewing with you will be in English. Were those documents explained to you in Spanish?
Sí.
Yes,
And counsel, do you speak Spanish?
I do not.
All right. And were you able to communicate with your client through the interpreter?
Yes, Judge.
And did you review all of these documents with him with the interpreter present?
I did, Judge.
Have you received all of the discovery?
I have, Judge.
And did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Barrera, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand it
Sí.
Yes.
and sign it?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you understand it?
Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Prior conviction allegation cause number 10663 and proceed as the lesser included TWI with one prior conviction.
Any objection?
No objections, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated second as a Class A misdemeanor? Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
If you have a plea with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to a jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent.
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Sí.
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Ajá. Sí.
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Barrera, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No.
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Sí.
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
No.
Soy residente.
I'm arrested.
All right. Counsel, have you spoken with your client about the impact this plea will have on his immigration status?
Yes, Judge.
Sí.
And do you believe he understands the impact this will have on his immigration status?
Yes, Judge.
And did you discuss with him possible deportation,
Yes, Judge.
denial of residency,
Yes, Judge.
and the denial of reentry?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Barrera, did you have a chance to speak with your attorney regarding the impact this plea will have on your immigration status?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you understand that you may be deported?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you understand that you may be denied residency?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you understand that you may not be allowed to re-enter the United States?
Sí.
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Sí.
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. State is proceeding on the lesser included offense of driving while intoxicated second. There's a $2,000 fine and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Sí.
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Sí.
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Council, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your probation be for a term of 2 years. There be 3 days in the Bear County Jail, a 2-year Texas driver's license suspension, ignition interlock for full term, and scram for 90 days, and 150 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offense of driving while intoxicated second, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence?
No objections, Judge.
All right, state you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Actually, Judge, I was gonna ask if we could give my client some time just to, because of the 3 days, either give him some time to turn himself in or recall for next week to
No, we're going to proceed.
order PSI, then, I don't know.
I mean, if you want a PSI, I can give you a PSI, but the PSI may be suggesting something differently than what the court will do. It's completely up to you.
Let me ask my client.
Sure.
We were hoping to try to get him something because this was not an offer we expected to get today.
Mhm.
They only offer, so we weren't anticipating this.
Okay,
Let me talk to him.
sure. All right, where's Rick Contreras?
He's present in the box, Judge.
Come down, please. All right, Mr. Contreras.
Ma'am.
The state has filed dismissals in your case, and the reason for their dismissal is they say that they are dismissing for further investigation. Defense, do you have any objections to the court signing the dismissal?
No, Judge.
All right, so what that means, if there's more that comes up, then they may refile. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I don't know the surrounding circumstances of this case whatsoever, but it sounds to me that you may need to read the driver's handbook again. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you,
And
ma'am.
that neck tattoo, I know it was painful. It had to have been.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Could I get a file on Contreras, please? Thank you. Just one moment. I see 3 cases here.
He's on probation. You placed him on probation. He's going to die. He's in custody waiting transfer to ISF.
Ah, that is why.
Yes.
All right, so here's the thing. All parties thought that you should be on probation. Don't do wrong on this probation. If there's an issue, let the court know and take advantage and internalize what is happening at that program. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You have a great day.
You too. Guys, thanks for handling that so quickly so he could get transferred.
Oh.
Explain, have the trial and impact court. Half of you. Not guilty.
All right, are you all ready on the case with the interpreter? Mr. Barrera or no? I guess they're outside talking. Okay.
Yeah, they were saying something about, I have a motion or like a motion to file it. I'm like, it's self-filing. So I brought it up to you guys. The official court.
All right, and Jennifer, whenever you're ready to swear in Mr. Cox's client.
Will be in just a moment. I'm handing you a matter that Mr. Dillon just gave.
All right, no problem. Who's here on Brenda Carpenter? Okay. I'm telling you, Odyssey is slow. All right, so where are we on Miss Carpenter?
Your Honor, we're still reviewing the evidence as a first setting. We may have one more reset to evaluate all the evidence and maybe thereafter given a plea deadline.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can I have a 30-day reset on Carpenter for discovery? All right, and what specifically is outstanding, or is there anything
No,
outstanding?
it's not outstanding. It's just reviewing all of the evidence.
All right, so we'll come back on September 30th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. I appreciate that. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you. Yes.
Judge, I'm ready to swear in Mr. Dunbar.
All right.
I need to come up before the bench.
Yes. And I just brought him into the main room.
It's just for notifications.
So it is 44 seconds and the rooms will close, so he'll come in. All right, Mr. Dunbar, if you'll find a stable location, have a seat, please.
Hi, Mr. Dunbar, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Mr. Dunbar, we're gonna do what's called the swearing in over your plea paperwork, okay?
Okay.
All right, if you could raise your right hand for me. You are Christian Theodore Dunbar, the defendant in case number 2024 CR 5294.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Dunbar, did you have an opportunity with your attorney to go over your waiver, consent to stipulations, and its attachments?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear that everything is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this your signature? And I know it's kind of small, but right here, did you sign electronically?
Yes.
As well as here on this card?
Yes.
Mr. Dunbar, did you also review your court's admonishments and your jury waiver stipulation?
Yes, ma'am.
Were your constitutional rights discussed with you and did you understand those rights?
Yes.
Were you advised that by signing this document today, you are entering into a plea and waiving a jury trial?
Yes.
Yep. And was that your intention today?
Yes, ma'am.
And is this your signature right here?
Yes.
Have one of both parts of your plea bargain here and here.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Dunbar. You can put your hand down. I'm gonna put everything together.
All right, so the parties on Sergio Barrera, are you all ready?
We are ready, Judge.
What did it mean?
Mr. Dunbar, if you'll mute yourself for a moment, please. All right, does your client, we're back on the record in 2024 CR 007-382. Does your client wish to have a PSI?
We wish to waive the PSI, Judge.
All right. All right. Is there anything you wish to say on your client's behalf?
We just ask that you follow the agreement, Judge.
All right. Mr. Barrera, are you receiving any type of treatment for drugs or alcohol?
No, nomás estoy tomando pastillas para la presión.
No, I'm just taking pills for the blood pressure.
All right. So how often have you been drinking?
Tomando, no, desde el 29 de noviembre, perdón, del 29 de enero hasta ahorita no tomo.
I have not drunk anything from 29th of January till the date.
All right. So it appears that you're one of those people who cannot drink alcohol. I've been reading the police report. In the police report, it says that you almost caused a crash. And what I've discovered is when people are driving and they're intoxicated, if they cause a crash, usually they're just fine. The person who ends up being injured is the person who's sober. You understand?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to a $2,000 fine. That will be probated.
Thank you, Judge.
1 year in the Bexar County Jail, suspended and probated for 1 year. Are you employed?
Sí.
Yes.
And what do you do?
Trabajo para Alamo Interior.
I work for Alamo Interior.
All right. Proof of employment. Within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. I'm going to ask for 160 sober meetings and 160 days. I'm going to allow that in lieu of the community service hours. There should be a 2-year Texas driver's license suspension. Ignition interlock. Well, a 2-year license suspension. You're not allowed to drive here or in any other state. So there's going to be a 2-year license suspension. Ignition interlock, the full term. There'll be scram until further notice. Now, with regards to the 3 days in the Bexar County Jail, he has a choice. And the only reason I'm giving this choice, I give it to everybody because I know there's overcrowding at the jail. And I know there may be health issues. So since he's employed, he can either do 30 days on GPS, partial for employment only, or he can do 3 days at the Bexar County Jail.
Just thinking it out, Judge. Does the scram device, can it be one device?
You'll have to clear it with them to see.
Okay.
Sometimes it can, sometimes it can't. Probation is shaking their head no.
Okay. Okay. That's that. Do you want to do the GPS device? Or go to jail? Device. Thought so. We'll do the device, Judge.
All right, so do you choose the device or the 3 days in the Bexar County Jail?
The device.
The device.
All right. So, Miss Abrams,
Yes, sir.
I know it's sort of late because it's Friday Eve. And I know we have the holiday on the 2nd. How soon for him to get the Scram device, do you think?
Judge, this RAM device is gonna be, so typically 30 days Judge, for the SRAM device. But for the GPS device, there's something different.
All right, so GPS is gonna need to be on Friday. Is that possible or no?
That probation.
Yes.
I don't think so, Judge.
All right. September 3rd?
Typically, Judge, we ask for a week for the GPS and the probation because we don't know if the vendors, we don't know if the vendor has the equipment readily available.
And the Scram device, you say that's 30 days. Is he currently on any type of device now?
The ignition interlock, Judge, as a condition of bond.
Ah, okay. All right, because I wanted to make sure he's monitored because we have a holiday upcoming.
He's monitored, yeah, he's being monitored one way or the other.
Okay. All right, then we'll do Scram until further notice. 30 days, partial GPS for employment only. And what date do you want to give him for GPS and for Scram probation? An estimate, really.
Judge, September 9th for the GPS.
Okay.
And September 30th for the SRAM.
All right, you're going to obtain the GPS by September 9th, 2024, and Scram by September 30th, 2024. And I'm going to run a referral to felony drug court and a TAP evaluation out of custody. And follow TAP recommendations, if not accepted, into felony drug court.
Can he go to felony drug court on a misdemeanor, Judge?
Yes, sometimes they will. It's just, sometimes it's the length.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, just as a question, for the Scram, obviously, I know that the agreement was 90 days, and you said until further notice. You want me to just come in and file a motion, or will kind of probation kind of
Oh,
give you
it's
that?
until on further notice. So I will tell you this, definitely don't come back before the 90 days.
Oh, of course not.
Yes.
Yeah, no. I just wanted to make sure that it was something that I would need to do versus something that
Oh,
probation would just
probation
automatically.
will let me know.
Okay, perfect, Judge.
All right, probation, is there anything else he needs? All right, field visits. One time per month. For 3 months. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
How do you mean?
Oh, do you need anything that will help you complete this successfully and not end up at the Bexar County Jail for potentially
No.
for potentially a year?
No, nomás agradecerle todo lo que hizo por mí.
No, just to thank you for everything that you did for me.
All right, thank you. You're welcome. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Sí,
Yes,
Did you understand it?
sí,
yes,
And did you sign it?
sí.
yes.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. If you ever need anything and you feel that no one is addressing it, you can always come back to the court.
Gracias, muy amable y que tenga buen día. God bless
Thank you, very kind, and have a good day. God bless.
Oh, de nada.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
No big excuse, Judge.
Yes.
Judge. Nada. I can't actually speak Spanish.
Oh, but you
but-
know that part.
Well, no. I pretend it, and that's how you pretend it. You change the letters just up. Nada. You just
Nada.
get the. You just put the in it.
Okay, all right,
It makes it
awesome.
sound more authentic.
Okay, I'm gonna try to work on that. All right, who's here on Roland Miller? All right, today is plea deadline date?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
We received a new offer this morning. I've talked over with my client. He is rejecting that offer. So we're ready to be put on the trial docket.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
2 to 3 days, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, Criminal Trial Division, 3 days, jury trial. All right, November 12th will be your jury trial date. If y'all can make sure that the acknowledgement of discovery has been completed. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. That's very Mad Men. Okay. I love that time period as far as the dress. All right, just have a seat. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Norma, what page is he on? Thank you. All right, who's here on Craig? All right, Mr. Charles Craig. Why were you late?
He didn't know where the courtroom was, Judge. He was on the first floor.
Right, so
Well, I
here's,
should have left earlier.
all right, so here's the thing. You now know where the courtroom is. Don't be late again, okay?
Right, yes, ma'am.
All right, where are we on discovery? Do you have all of the discovery?
I believe so, Judge, but I'll double check with Monica to be sure. We just received an offer this setting, so we're hoping to get just one more reset to consider that offer and to review the evidence with Mr. Ray.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you set this for 30 days for a plea deadline date, please?
Is there any way we could do October 1st?
That's fine. All right, we'll come back on October 1st. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just have a seat and they will give you the reset form. And once you sign that, you're excused. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
But it's certain out there. He's probably here.
All right. Who's here? I'm Joe Hernandez.
I am, Judge. It's not on the docket. It's motion to pay my investigator. I
All right,
found
has the
out.
case been completed?
Oh, yes, quite a while ago. And I found out from Mac yesterday that on these motions to get the investigator paid, we have to present them to y'all, the judges for a signature, and then Mac forwards it over to the auditor.
There you go.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Mind if I take a picture?
Charlie Green,
Perfect timing.
did you all fill out the document?
No, wait, Your Honor, I'm going to confer with defense counsel because there is an exclusion zone that Ms. Martinez would like, and I want to make sure that in.
Okay, if y'all confer over
You
that.
want to say within a mile of that?
Well,
Judge, do you have age? That is different. Wow.
Sorry, who?
Age, I think.
Let me see.
It's one of the paper.
Okay, just give me a second.
Oh, this seems real. That street, just don't know where it's at.
I have, oh, that's what's up next. AG? Age?
Yeah.
Who's here on H?
It's Mr. Jimenez.
That's one of your
All right, what page is age on?
Sorry, Judge.
Oh, no problem.
Sorry.
Thank you. Where is your client?
Judge, he's in the back. I filed a motion for a psychiatric evaluation on
Okay.
him.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 60-day reset for psych eval, please? How you been doing?
I'm doing okay. It's busy out here. It's busy over there too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, we'll be back on October 28th, and Ms. Ferguson, if you'll make sure that's in the system.
May I have excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you.
The motion.
Yes.
You don't have any contact with that? Eagle Mall, you're from Eagle Mall? All right. Well, good. Here's. If you have it. Stop everything quietly.
All right, and Mr. Cox, your client is not on Zoom. That's why I haven't called it.
I've seen. Actually, you know what? Here, may we approach again?
Yes.
Come on up. You okay?
I'll even shop by there, like, HEB is over there.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yes.
All right, Judge. So we're trying to figure out, we don't need a record yet. We're just letting you know. We're trying to figure out, I guess, the exclusion zone where she's not to go.
Mhm.
We're not opposed to her being in contact with her or anything else of that. One of the areas is she's getting ready to move, to be closer to her kids. It will kind of be in the same area, UTSA's and 1604 area. I know she has no intention of having any contact with this
All right,
woman
if y'all
though.
just figure out where, within where she's supposed to be living. She's of course allowed to live where she's living unless she is living, for example, in an apartment complex and the complainant lives in that apartment complex.
I don't think
So do
so.
y'all have locations?
It's too general for an area to.
That's my concern. I just don't want her to run afoul of something if she's living in that area. I mean, it's a big spread.
All right, so if y'all are,
We'll get it figured out.
all right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Sure.
Have a seat.
Rodney Brown.
We'll get it.
Rodney Brown? Who's the attorney on Rodney Brown? Daniel Guerrero.
President of that church. Family violence took off, but I mean, I can let you know the conversations that we had.
All right. So where are we on the EMS records?
So Judge, I have the EMS records. There is an additional video that I'm unable to download via e-discovery. I'm gonna go drop off a thumb drive. It's just one large video. I believe a body cam that we're missing. But if you could place us on a plea deadline.
So you received an
Docket.
offer and everything?
I haven't received an offer. I guess if you can recall us for a few weeks so I could receive an offer,
All right.
then we can do that.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can you recall Guerrero in 2 weeks, please?
Number 12.
All right, we'll come back on September 12th. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let me see where he is.
Page 5.
Oh my gosh, you're doing awesome. Thank you.
Trying.
Hey, you know, the way they have it laid out is just so bad.
It is.
We would get a full docket with the old one too.
Mm-hmm. All right, Mr. Cox, your client has zoomed back in, but where is Mr. Cox? All right, thank you.
I think he's on.
Yes, he is. All right, if you all will, for her, if you all will just put it in the order,
Yes, sir.
then I'll sign it.
We're good to go.
All right.
I'm just, yeah. If I'm ready.
And you all hand it to me and I will sign it.
And I'm gonna make a copy for my client in the back. That's okay, just so she has it for hers.
See in the back.
Oh. Oh, hell. I'll take a picture and I'll email it to her. Don't worry about it. You're good. You're fine. Hey, I was told Odyssey were able to pull orders.
Yeah, you should be able to. Aw, really?
No. Nothing with Odyssey works. I had a client whose case got dismissed. They said he was dead.
Oh, my God.
And then the most amazing thing is the jail let him out. I'm like, oh, you're deceased, sir. You need to go. I'm not joking. And he's like, what do I do? So I'm not gonna turn you in. You stay out of trouble. I was like, really? No, whatever. It was a minor charge. He's not.
Okay. So, you want to take a photo?
Yes,
And then
if I
hand it
may,
back to
please.
me.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, we're ready on Dunbar.
Thank you. Is my client excused?
Yes, she signed the reset form. She's excused.
Oh, we already have another date. We did it last time.
Okay, thank you. Court is calling 2024 CR 5294, State of Texas versus Christian Dunbar. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Cornelius Cox.
And are you Mr. Dunbar?
Yes.
All right, defendant is appearing by Zoom. Any objections from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Dunbar, did you review the document entitled consent to appear by video with your attorney? Did you understand it and electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Dunbar, did you review application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Dunbar, did you review the document entitled court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand, you're charged by indictment with theft, $2,500 to $30,000? That is a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you
Yes,
understand?
ma'am.
Counsel, has your
Yes.
client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has sorry, I'm trying to do things. Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently, I'm sorry, just one moment. I'm trying to read this email that's just been sent to me about a case in here. All right. All right, Mr. Dunbar, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page?
Yes.
Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, there's a $2,000 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution in 2024 CR 5294, which is this case, to Home Team Pest, PEST Defense. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there many such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years, that there be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
No objection.
All right. Was there an agreed amount of restitution or no?
No, I don't think there was a agreed amount.
If there was, Your Honor, I am not aware of it.
All right. Mr. Dunbar, did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to state you may be excused? Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes,
Did
ma'am.
you understand it? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Oh, just that the court be aware that he doesn't have a significant criminal history. He made a mistake. He understands that, he acknowledges that. He just like the opportunity to make amends to society for what he did and to so he's asking the court to consider granting him the deferred case.
All right, so your attorney is saying you made a mistake. What mistake did you make, Mr. Dunbar?
Following the wrong crowd.
Oh, I'm sure the wrong crowd. I'm sure Benny Ray Crezo, Crezo Jr. is saying that he was following the wrong crowd and that was you. So how did following the wrong crowd result into catalytic converters being in your vehicle, in your girlfriend's vehicle?
Just being young and trying to figure out ways to get money without trying to get a job. Just, not thinking.
How old are you?
21 now. At the time I was at 19.
Do you have any children?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's a good thing. So did you receive your high school diploma?
Yes, ma'am.
And so what are you doing with that?
With my high school diploma?
I mean, yes. What are your plans? Are you just like, hey, I have my high school diploma celebration, I'm done? What are your plans? Are you
No,
employed?
my plans is to work and build a foundation and build an empire. But with this case, I've been working jobs, getting fired because of the case. So it's like I'm just trying to get this over with so I can pursue my life and take care of what I need to take care of.
All right. So what jobs have you been getting?
I worked at the railroad. I worked at the airport. What's that word? Well, really both of those jobs, and I got let go for both of those because of my case.
All right. So did you tell them about this case when when they
And
were
then
hired?
I tried to get a new job recently, but they denied me for my background check.
All right. So the other two jobs that you have, did you tell the airport and the railroad, hey, I have this pending case?
Yes, they conducted a background check, but I don't know. I guess they gave me a certain amount of days to bring back some papers or something like that to saying I haven't been convicted, but it was kind of hard for me to get that. So
All right. This is what the court is going to do. 2 years deferred adjudication, $2,000 fine, probated, restitution, if any, to home team pest defense, no contact with Benny Ray Crezo Jr., proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider with minors, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Is he going to be in Houston?
Oh,
yes.
All right. What county is that?
Harris.
Okay, transfer to Harris County. I'm always thinking it's Travis. I don't know why.
I don't know much about Texas, but I know it's Harris. Travis.
All right, Mr. Florida. All right, transfer to Harris County. Field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. And if I could, I would give you community service hours where you work and take off catalytic converters and then return them. Or that somebody comes by your house and takes off your catalytic converters. People, why are you playing with your hair? People don't understand how expensive that is for people when they come out and their catalytic converter is gone. I don't know why people's fallback is, let me steal. I'm young, I'm dumb, I don't know what I'm doing, let me steal. And I know your mom or somebody probably taught you not to steal. I don't know why he's giving me attitude, but okay. We're gonna adjust that attitude. It's gonna be 150 hours of community service restitution. You're gonna do that community service hours. And he's gonna do CATs 1 and 2. Probation, is there anything else?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
I got a question. I got a question. May I speak?
My question for you is there anything else you need in order to be successful on probation from the court?
Yes. When you say attitude,
What do you need to be successful on probation? Do you need anger management?
Don't need anything.
Do you need me to add another class for you to be successful?
No, ma'am, I don't need anything else.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you understand it and electronically sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you've waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Abrams, do you need to speak to him by Zoom?
I do, Judge. Please, I joined the Zoom meeting.
All right, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with probation. They'll go over conditions with you.
Okay.
So go to breakout room number 1. And Mr. Cox, if you would like to join them, you can.
Okay. I'll join.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Young people.
Sometimes when they express themselves and I'm not standing next to them,
Oh, no.
is sometimes the communication. I don't think in any of my dealings with him that he's ever
being disrespectful to me or to the court. He's
I
always,
appreciate you saying that.
yeah, he's always,
Because sometimes young people, like you say, like,
you know, sometimes communication thing. So I don't think that he would have done anything intentionally.
I know you wouldn't have allowed that, Mr. Cox. I appreciate that.
All right.
I
thank you, Judge.
appreciate you, Mr. Cox. Although people say that Florida Gators are not gonna do anything.
Oh, can't wait till we play Texas. Judge. Wait. That's right.
Jason? Mr. Cox said he can't wait till Florida plays Texas.
Can you verify the name? It's no contact. Benny, is it Crenzo, you said?
Prezzo.
Somehow those two.
It's CREZO. It's Benny, BENNIE, Ray Prezzo Jr.
Say the last name, spell the last name over.
CREZO.
Thank you.
Sure.
But I'm trying to do the ASAP way. I'm like, oh, boy, lunchtime. Maybe we use that server at lunchtime.
All right, the last cases I'm going to take up is going to be Brown, Montez, and DeSmith. Who are you here with?
Brown.
Oh, come forward. And after that, we're doing our lunch break. All right, where's Mr. Brown?
He's not here. That was my update.
You're not gonna have a.
Okay.
Judge, today was, we go on the
We're gonna have a
Yeah,
partner.
it's a plea, it was a plea deadline day.
We had the plea ready and he ain't here.
All right.
Warrants that I need to stake, but I'll either call you.
Deputy Laura, Deputy Laura, could somebody make an announcement for Rodney Brown?
I got
Court is calling, oh, outside, yeah. Somebody's calling, court is calling 2024 CR 5976, State of Texas versus Rodney Dwayne Brown. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state
Andrew Harris, Salem.
defense?
Manuel Rodriguez.
Okay. And this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 12:08 p.m. Counsel, have you had any contact with your client?
Yes, Judge. I had contact with him about today's plea bargain. We had it worked out. Paperwork was ready. Client was not present at docket call, so I texted him. He stated he is on his way, and I have not heard from him since.
All right, state. What are you requesting?
Forfeiture issue one.
All right, the court will grant the request for a bond forfeiture, remand your client without bond. If he makes an appearance, we'll call you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. And officer, did you make an announcement for Mr. Brown?
Yes, you got it up there.
All right, thank you.
Those files will put up there on your desk, so Father goes, and I guess we'll give them back to her.
Because they were not here, because I called.
It was Adam. Tell him to come back at 1:30.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Brown.
All right, who's here on DeSmith? DeSmith. All right, we'll come back at 1:30. This has already been done.
DeSmith?
This is Charles Butler on these cases, wasn't he, or no?
No, the bigger one.
Ah, okay, I'm sorry, Mr. LaHood,
Yes, Judge.
come forward.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is already set for a jury trial, correct?
No, ma'am. Today it was set on a motion to set bond.
All right,
And then I think he has a trial saying later on, but today was just was a motion to set bond.
okay.
On Kruger,
Yes,
he got remanded, he got rearrested a couple weeks ago. I don't know the exact date. He got remanded without, so we filed a motion to set bond, and that's what it was listed for today.
all right. Is there only one case that you're asking for bond to be set?
There's two cases, both the cases he was on bond for. And if you give me a second, I can actually get to the cause numbers.
Oh, no, I have the cause numbers.
But yes, it was two cases that he was remanded without on.
Would you confer with the state?
Haven't had a chance. We've been bouncing all over.
Okay, so if you can come back at 1:30,
Yeah,
we'll take it
it's
up.
fine.
All right, thank you.
I'm trying to go snorkeling.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Do you want me to issue that, forfeiture warrant right now or?
Let's wait till 1:30 to see if he shows up. Just remind me if he doesn't.
Well, I have it on the side. I put a piece of cookie on it. but-
Okay. All right, we are on break till 1:30-ish.
Have you on the